Hey guys, Lazy Panty here. Today's story time is an interesting one, I think, in my opinion. Almost potentially being kidnapped and wouldn't be here to tell the story. Anyways, let's jump right into the story. So this takes place almost a year ago from the time of this video being uploaded. At this point, a single of mine named Color Killer was released and was getting some traction from a few people. If you didn't know, the single is dedicated to a band named Color Killer, just a group of kids who make punk rock music. Once the band saw that I released that song, they posted it on their Facebook saying Nate and Dylan, band members by the way, have a friend that released a song about us, should we let him perform with us? And many people saw that post and all the answers were saying, yes, he must perform it, he must do it, it would be cool to see it. This guy took some effort and time to make a song like this and dedicate it to someone else, and it should be recognized. So a lot of the comments were supportive, to say the least. My Facebook artist account reached 1,000 people out of the blue due to Color Killer using a repost of my post. I was very excited, telling all my friends and telling my family. Let's just say today was a good day. After a few days with Color Killer making that post, two of the members were in the same grade as me, Dylan and Nate. Nate told me about it and was like, hey man, that song Color Killer was fire. And I said, thanks bro. And he continues to say, so the band was considering that you join us in performing at this bar, and you would be the opening for us. And not wasting any time, I responded with, yes, I will do that for you guys. So Nate told the group about how I was down to be their opener, told my mother about it, and she said, awesome, where is it? And I told her the place, and she said, well, you better start practicing and getting prepared for it. So that's what I did, and I only had about a week to really get prepared before the big day of me performing really came. Before this performance, I did a song at a dance and also gained a little traction. So while it was me performing a song, it wasn't my own, and it was more of an offer rather than an artist performing sort of kind of thing. So I told my friend Jacob with a K about it, cause he knows a few things about music himself, and was just giving me tips here and there while the week would continue. But so I had to balance practicing every day and doing schoolwork every day. It was exhausting, but I was gonna make it worth it. Color Killer wanted me to attend where they do their practice, and when I went, the manager was like, do you want to give it a go? And I was like, sure. I was nervous because I've never performed my own songs to people before, but as I was starting, the microphone would hit this peak, making the building vibrate heavily, and I was embarrassed and just started to forget my words, and was literally it. I expected a lot more, but I guess not. So after all that, I went back home and continued practicing the songs I was going to do. After that day, I was just very nervous and worried, thinking, would the mic do the same thing at the performance? Can I do more? Can I be better? Because I didn't want my first performance to be a dumpster fire, and was just so worried about how it would turn out. Then the day came. Jacob came to my house 2 hours before I was supposed to go to the bar, and he brought a cord over and said, pretend this is the mic. At first I was kind of weirded out, but at the end of it, it really did help me see what to do, but could I do that at my performance? But it was like an hour of practicing these songs, getting them perfect. I did mess up here and there with the nerves overwhelming me at certain points, but I got more out of it than less. Then it was time to drive there, and it wasn't a long ride or anything. We could also hear the music very clearly from the parking lot alone, so I could only imagine how it sounded inside. Then we entered the building, and this guy put an X on our hand. Apparently it meant to not serve minors adult beverages. Originally I just thought that meant we were special, but anyways. We got to this really tight spot and found the members of Color Killer. They greeted Jacob and I, and we just sat and watched the performance. I didn't know this at the time, but performance times were almost never accurate, so when it was my time, people were still going, and I was just waiting and waiting. I was getting overwhelmed and stuff as well, but tried to keep my cool. The parents of the members in Color Killer kept supporting me though, saying, you've got this kid, you being nervous is good, it shows how you really do care about your performance and how you could actually do better. So after like 2 whole hours of just waiting, it was time for me to shine. I gave my phone to play the audio, I grabbed the mic, and the instrumental started. I was performing the first song and continued the whole way. I messed up once and Jacob gave that sign of keep going. But I did, and the instrumental was silent and I finished. For a second, no one said anything or did anything. That second felt like forever. Then I heard loud clapping from every corner and heard people wooing me and just making me feel so relieved. After that, I did 3 other songs and did my last one. The last one being the reason that I'm even here, Color Killer. I performed that song and was feeling confident in just writing the song. Then I finished and everyone applauded me, and I just said, now for the band I'm opening for, give it up for Color Killer. So after I walked off, everyone was patting me on the back, congratulating me, telling me I was good, etc, etc. Then this is the part that people were waiting for. This guy came up to me saying, that was an amazing performance, I want to talk about flying you out and talking more about your music. So he motioned me to come over with him, and I did, and Jacob followed me and was showing me this card saying, I've been traveling places to find an artist with potential like you, and if you look at my card, you can see that I really do mean business. This man was showing me his credit card. That's all it was. So he continues to say, hey, bring your mother over here so we can talk more about it. So I go to my mom, tell her everything that happened. She spoke to him and she said, he isn't all there, don't worry about it. Then she walks away. We enjoyed Color Killer performing and then went home. If we did go where he wanted us to go, I could have been kidnapped, gone missing, or just anything bad. Moral of the story, avoid suspicious people. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the story time. If you're interested, you can stream Color Killer on all platforms, and you can stream the band as well. Color Killer, the song, is also on my album Shattered Mind. Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed this. Good night and goodbye. Bruh, I could have died because I believed this man showing his credit card meant he was the real deal.